Ani Bojo, and welcome to Ancestral Ascensions with Trish Meekins. I just wanted to come on here and let you know that we're not going to have a guest this week. Just some technical difficulties, and it just didn't come through. But what I did want to do is come on and let everyone know that if you or someone you know has a story of transformation and inspiration, that we can definitely have you here on the show if you would like to forward your story to me. You can go to my website at trishmeekins.com. You can message me here on YouTube. However you would like to go about doing that, I am always open to hearing your story and how you're making the world a better place through whatever it is that you are doing. But I thought what we would do is ask the cards and see what the cards have to say um, in terms of some advice or maybe a message for all of us for this week. I know it's the summer months and people are out there enjoying their time out and about. Um, but yeah, let's just see what the cards have to say for this week and we'll go from there. We're actually going to have another young person who's really been working very hard at their craft. And I really look forward to bringing him on the show and sharing with him with you his journey. So let's see what the cards say. So, great teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So I don't know if today was a spiritual experience, but it is a great learning to know that we just have to go with the flow and trust that Creator has a plan for all of us. And I've actually been thinking a lot about that lately, thinking about how our ancestors do speak to us. And it could be through spirit, animals of some sort. For example, today I was out for my morning walk, and as I was walking, I was really thinking about what I do for a living as a therapist and as a cultural trainer, teaching about cultural awareness and really just offering workshops or sharing circles for people to learn from our people, from the First Nations people of Turtle Island, and how they can live their life in balance. And I was also considering another opportunity. And at the time that I was thinking about it, I actually noticed that a cardinal came and it started flying directly in front of me, and it was flying straight in front of me down the path. And I always relate it to my Auntie Colleen, who was a very influential person in my life. She was my godmother and my namesake. Actually, my second name is Colleen. And she really was a go-getter, for the little time that she did have here on Mother Earth. She, way back in the day, she actually started a group called Akikwe. And she lived down on Walpole Island at that time, which is now called Bikeshwanong. She had married my Uncle Joel Johnson, and she really, felt a compelling passion to help our people as well. And so she started this business called Personal Skills and Development. And I remember when I was just a young person, I was probably about 17, I think. Um, my sister and I and my mom and my grandma, we all went down to Walpole for the opening of her new business, and she worked with youth, and that was what her main priority was to really reach out to the young people, which is also in turn sort of where I began, was working with youth as well. I know that even just with my upbringing, I wanted to help our own young people get through the hard times, because I know as a teenager it's always a struggle to get through. And so when I actually, so as I speak about this great teacher, learning from spiritual experiences, my Auntie Colleen was a great teacher for me. And she really did inspire me to follow this path of helping others, of helping our own people and showing people the way, I guess. She back in those days, she was a board member of Namron Friendship Center, and she also was a founding member of No Kikwe, which is a women's organization that means working woman, and that was down in London, Ontario. So I really do have some great teachers, and I do feel that this morning was a spiritual experience. And so those are the kinds of messages that we can get on the day to day if we are open to hearing and understanding that when we get these messages that they are something for us. And if it feels like it really resonates for you, I would absolutely say if it is resonating for you, then it definitely is a message for you. I always related the cardinal to my Auntie Colleen, and this was a female cardinal, and so I think of that. And some other great teachers that I also had were my Aunt Verna. She seemed to teach me a lot of things when I was younger, and I think about all of the things that she has done in her life, and she's really been coming to mind a lot for me lately, and how she had an autobi or had a biography written about her when probably back in the late 70s, early 80s, somewhere around there. It was called I Am Nokomis. And it also has our family lineage as Najwans, and a lot of our community actually in the very beginning of that book. And that book is a book that's really kind of hard to come by these days. I know that when I bought my copy, which was probably about, I would say, almost 8 years ago, I think I paid like $300 for it, used. So, but that information is still out there, and I really appreciate that I have that legacy that has come before me. I've had the opportunity of having a lot of people in my family who have been inspirational to me. My grandfather, Wilmer Najwan, of course, who was known as the Indian Carver for a lot of years prior to his passing in 2018. He was also a chief of our community and one of the founding members of the Union of Ontario Indians, um, way back in the day, and that organization was a very strong organization. There were many First Nations who were a part of that organization, and that organization still stands today. And they're doing a lot of really great work. So it's really good to see. And then, my grandmother, who for most of her life lived in our First Nations community of Anishinaabe, and she dedicated her life to education. And so she, very late in life, actually went to school to become an educational assistant in the schools and help the young people with, things like reading and writing and those kinds of things. But this was only after she raised 11 children, nearly all on her own. And so I think about those people in my life and the great teachers that have moved on and who may not be with us here on this physical plane, but absolutely walk with me each and every day. So I just wanted to leave you with that message, and give you an example of how inspiration and stories of inspiration and transformation do really impact us, and that if we are open and we're looking, that we'll see them and we'll get those messages. So again, if you or someone you know would like to be a part of the Ancestral Ascensions podcast, please reach out to me at trish@trishmeekins.com, or like I said, go to my website, or feel free to leave me a message here on YouTube. So Chimigwech, enjoy this beautiful weekend that we have coming up here, and stay safe. Bamapi.